Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I got a hot neck.
That now is becoming a hair salon.
No, it's like a hot neck. Blow on this.
Rex is, I'm not blowing on your
Blow
neck.
on it.
That's just
Come
wrong. Okay, thank you, Lauren Nelson, for a new whiskey.
Lauren Nelson. You magnificent bastard.
Now this is a Texas distillery. This is Dallas.
Lauren enjoys a good temptress.
The Herman Marshall Distillery. Now you know why they called it Herman Marshall?
Because he was a temptress.
Because the guys who started it were named Herman and Marshall.
Both they moonlight.
Yeah. And they moonlight as temptresses.
Or temptry.
Yeah, that's the plural of temptress. What's a group of crows is called a murder of crows.
Yeah.
But a group of distillers is called a temptry.
Yeah.
I think we just invented something.
No, it's always been a thing.
I like that. So this is the Herman Marshall single malt. The two guys who started this, this is Herman Marshall Distillery. They are working with breweries to brew their stuff and then they distill it, similar to what we're going to be doing.
See, it always annoys me whenever we do something
that we think is really cool and unique.
It's totally...
And everyone else is already doing it?
And then we look into it, it's like, well, I still want credit for not having stolen the idea.
Yeah.
To have at least come up with it originally.
All you have to know is that if it involves whiskey and Rex thought of it for our business, he really didn't know. Because he doesn't know anything. So Lauren also sent us a beer made by, this is the Temptress Stout.
Yeah.
They used that to make the single malt whiskey. Oh, they added vanilla to this.
Wait, is it different?
It's ale brewed with vanilla.
Oh, this one's the same thing.
The beer.
Brewed with lactose
Imperial Milk Stout.
This is room temperature.
Okay, so I'm going to go for the whiskey.
Let's compare.
I don't do beer because I can't do carbonation.
Should I do
beer
first or whiskey first?
Oh, definitely whiskey first. No question. Because that beer's going to coat your mouth and it'll change all the flavors.
But it's so much more high alcohol content and the flavors.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. Then you get to try the whiskey both before and after the beer.
Did you say the proof on this?
No, I didn't. What is it?
46%.
Okay. Wow, this is an interesting smell. This is extremely perfumey in the nose.
You know what?
Did you already take a sip?
I did.
Okay, wait, don't say anything yet. I got a lot of perfume, like potpourri level perfumery off of this, right? It's sweet. It does smell kind of hoppy. There's a little bit of a hop note in there.
Does milk stout have a meaningful amount of hops typically?
I don't know. I've never made beer.
No, the milk stouts that I've had.
This is sort of... I'm getting something else in there.
And it's
not chocolate. It's not coffee.
Are we so far away from a beer that we're getting a fairly unhoppy beer and
maybe it is chocolate?
Thinking it's hops?
Yeah, because I don't ever drink beer. I mean, maybe every once in a while I'll do a Guinness, but I can only drink about a third of a beer. Nah.
You want to smell?
I'll smell it.
Smell
I
the
can
beer.
only drink about a third of the beer.
Don't drink the beer, smell the beer.
Whoa, that's got some drama going on.
Yeah, it's a strong nose.
This is 7-month-old whiskey.
This smells like chocolate, almost like a dark
new oak
chocolate.
All right, I'm gonna go in for the first taste.
And then that stout, the really funky dark stout.
It tastes like beer.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome for not.
Thank you for not ruining that for me.
Yeah.
That is weird, dude.
Should I be super concerned,
Lauren?
That because it sounded like we were doing something in line with them.
No. Okay, so there's two different things.
Okay. But this is super beery.
There are people
beery.
Yeah, there are people who are distilling beer.
Okay.
Deb is learning how to do that. That involves...
Not for us.
No, just for curiosity's sake.
Okay.
That involves taking all these beers, off-gassing them so that you can run them through a still and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. Those, in our experience, always end up tasting like beer.
Like high alcoholic flat beer.
Yeah. And that is absolutely what this tastes like. Then there's using the beer facilities, or the brewery, to produce your product up until you need it. So they're not putting it through all the beer processes, and they're not changing the grain mash. You're simply borrowing their equipment.
Okay.
That's different than them making a beer and then giving it to you. They're not making beer and giving it to us.
Right.
They're using their equipment to create our product.
Fine.
two totally different things.
Hose out the beer.
Yeah.
Because
I felt like I was talking at you a lot just
you
then.
completely forgot about the
Yeah,
people.
I don't know what happened there.
There's others here.
It got even more perfumey in the nose after taking a drink of it, but this really is overly alcoholic flat beer.
And
It's like you poured a shot of whiskey into a stout.
Yeah.
And then let the beer go flat before you started drinking it.
Yeah.
It's an Irish car bomb in a glass.
Okay. So we've said this multiple times. You're not a beer guy at all. I'm, mid-range. I appreciate a damn good beer.
Can I try this?
But the whiskeys that are basically distilled beers, neither one of us have really found one that we fell in love with. But if you are really into beer, then you may like this.
That beer tastes better than the whiskey.
If you're really into beer, you may like the whiskey. Actually, that's a really nice beer.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, I used to drink beer all the time.
The Temptress
I
Imperial
loved
Milk
it.
Stout. That's a damn
The
good
surgery eliminated my ability to handle carbonation. But when I drink beer, I instantly have this memory of playing pool at Slow Brew in San Luis Obispo with all my we used to go there all the time, multiple nights a week.
Yeah.
And we would just buy whatever budget beer they had on tap and play pool all night long. So when I drink beer, I think pool. Let's play pool.
Do we know if this is the same beer that got distilled into this?
Yeah.
Okay. The distillation process stripped out tons of complexity from this beer. There's a lot going on.
They did narrow it out.
Yeah.
See, I'm already burping. Damn it.
You do.
One damn sip and I'm already burping and it feels uncomfortable.
There's problems. Yeah. Man, I'm in love with this beer, actually. Whiskey, not so
You
much.
switched to the beer.
No,
folks.
I'm doing the beer.
No longer a whiskey channel.
Robert DeFusco. Hey, Daniel.
Hey.
Why are you always choosing the comments that start, hey, Daniel?
Because I like it when people say my name. What's my name? Say my name.
Hey, Dan. I'm still watching some of the old videos. I have a question for you. If I were to take some Stillhouse clear whiskey
Okay.
and put it in my own personal small barrel,
Yes.
would I then be making a Tennessee whiskey, even though I live in Rhode Island? Because the Stillhouse clear whiskey is charcoal filtered?
Yeah.
Hashtag bring back Rex Week.
Yeah, totally. So here's the thing. No, you can't make Tennessee whiskey because you're not in Tennessee. And you didn't use the Tennessee spirit to begin with.
So,
however, the method that you're talking about, which is the Lincoln County process of charcoal filtering,
right.
yes, Stillhouse did that on one of their clear
So to be
spirits.
Tennessee whiskey, you have to be in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that think in order to be bourbon, it has to be from Kentucky.
Yeah.
No.
And up until recently, Tennessee whiskey it wasn't a legal designation. It was only, half a decade ago that the Tennessee legislature recognized Tennessee whiskey as a category with all these rules, and it's not federally recognized; it's state recognized.
This is a meal.
But yes, effectively, you would have a charcoal filtered spirit that you aged into a whiskey.
Technically, but it doesn't follow like the.
Yeah, not legally, but it'd be interesting to see what a non-Tennessee charcoal filtered moonshine turned into as it aged.
This is a meal in a glass, by the way.
No, that's
Like a Guinness type of level.
See, I can handle Guinness because Guinness has low carbonation. Americans, every time they make a damn stout, they overcarbonate the crap out of it.
Really?
Every time. Compare this stout to a Guinness.
You just have issues.
And it's 2 to 3 times as much carbonation. And it's so annoying that Americans
that
just
little
can't
sip.
seem to make a low carbonation beer.
I just threw it back a little sip and it foamed up.
Yeah, that's my point.
3/4 of
That
an
does
inch.
not happen with Guinness.
Charlie G. Haig.
Or Boddingtons.
Whiskey Saint.
Ah, the Whiskey Saints.
I have a bottle.
Wait, no.
He's a saint.
Yes.
was like the
I was
first-
thinking whiskey. All of a sudden, I thought Wes and Whiskey Cardinal for some reason. He was the first whiskey saint.
I have a bottle of Wyoming whiskey that has a weird cork thing going on. I go through my collection every so often for maintenance, and I'll notice that the cork is halfway pulled out.
Okay.
Oh, is it heating up and pushing the cork? At first, I thought I left it that way, not noticing. But I found it that way 3 times in a row now. Is there a logical explanation for this? Is it possible there is pressure building up in the bottle that's pushing the cork out? Kinda sucks because I feel like it's ruining the seal and altering the whiskey.
Keep in mind
We don't have any corks.
that bottles with. No, I was looking to see if one happened like that, but we don't have any. One thing you do have to pay attention to is variances in barometric pressure inside containers that have an air gap.
So,
And if the cork on that particular bottle was slightly too small, then the differences in pressure and the evaporation could have the cork start to come out. I've had that happen to me, but it's never consistent with the same brand. It seems to be a bottle-to-bottle situation, and I think it has to do with they bought corks that were either. Now I had this problem when I bought some generic bottles for our what do you call the one where I poured all of our tastings into?
The Blendageddon?
Blendageddon. For Blendageddon, I bought a bunch of generic bottles and corks, and I had that problem with all of them. Was I filled it and then capped it, and then 10 minutes later I came back and all of the corks were coming out of the bottle.
Huh.
And I think it has to do with I overfilled it first time, and so I just shoved the pressure, and the corks were too wide for the bottle, but too shallow, and so it went in, but then it kept wanting to come back out. So try it with another bottle.
Oh, so much learning. The whiskey actually is better coming off the heels of the beer. I think that was like a little bit of a conspiracy there. I'm barely past the neck of the beer. I'm already getting full.
So here's the thing about everybody I saw review this whiskey.
Yeah.
Is everybody tried to review it like a single malt.
Why?
And I disagreed with all of their reviews because it's a single malt. They call it a single malt, right? Which means it's mostly barley, right?
Sure.
And America doesn't have the same rules as the UK. So this should not be reviewed as a single malt. You cannot put this up against the Balcones single malt or the Westland single malt or the Deerhammer single malt or the Stranahan's. This is not the same animal at all. While legally that's a correct definition, it's unfair to review it like that. Really?
Yeah. My neck's hot.
Whatever, Bam Bam.
It's not Bam Bam. That's top side. I'm not going top side.
No, it's Bam Bam.
No, I'm creating.
In the Flintstones, the kid that has the ponytail on the top of the head? Bam Bam?
A lethal weapon.
Yeah. Holy crap! You almost got It's all coming out of it now. Now you've got a little poof on the top with a little fringe. Long fringe. So disgusting. Looks like a horse tail.
It's My Little Pony.
Does it shoot rainbows? I think we should just call this whiskey's not bringing out the best in us.
But the beer, bringing out a pretty damn good beer.
All right, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
You fight, may fight for friends.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
If you drink,
may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, drop a question or comment down below.